don't have the mic in. Hopefully it's loud enough. It's Wednesday. I worked long today, so I decided to paint over this old painting. It didn't come out too good, so I'm going to paint over it. I sketched something in here. I don't know if you can see it, so I'm gonna put it in darker with some burnt umber so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna have some kind of water here and then some land over here. So this will be water down here. My horizon's back here. So then I'll have oh, I put some undertone on here. This is yellow ochre with burnt umber mixed together to get this golden color. So hopefully that comes into play. So I have a blue gray sky and some I wanted the mountains to look like they're going back, but we'll see if I can get that accomplished. But anyway, there'll be some mountains back here like that, and then with a cool sky, just something quick. uh, I mixed all my paint already. Look at that. I mixed yellow ochre. I got some orange ochre. All these different greens. This is hooker green, and what I did, I mixed a little yellow in it, white, light blue, gray, just to show you how many different, you know, hues you can get with green. I mean, it's endless. You can just, this hooker green, I put black in it. That's going to be for my trees and bushes. This is raw umber. I put some red in it. Look at that. If I decide to do a tree trunk. And this is just black and white to make some grays, different shades of gray. Then blue, cerulean blue with white in it. That's what I'm going to start off with. I'm also using a little bit of water with the additive in there uh, to help the paint flow more. This is a flow additive. You just got to put a little water in a can and then put some of this in there. Just about half and half water. But you don't need much, just enough to wet your brush, okay? That flow additive, it works good. So watch, I just wet my brush and grab some blue. And look at that. Look how nice it flows on there. I want some of that gold to show through. So when I'm painting with this acrylic paint, this first layer of paint I'm putting on right now, I'm not trying to put it on heavy. You don't have to put this on heavy and cover everything right now, because I'm going to mix some more colors in there. Like watch, I'm going to grab a little bit of gray now. Maybe gray up this top part. I'm going to grab a little titanium white and throw it in there. Maybe create some clouds right now. Just what I'm trying to do is get my sky in down to my mountains right now. I'm not even cleaning the brush. I'm just grabbing the paint because I'm blocking in the sky with the color. Because I have a rough idea what I want down here. Like Now I know my water is going to be here, so I'm going to put the water in right now. I'm going to lighten it up a little more with some white, though. I don't want it too blue. And what I'm going to do is actually put the color in for my water horizontal, just to get all the underpaint done. Like I said, hopefully this golden color uh, comes into effect and like shows through when the paint dries. That already looks good. My water, when you put your water in, put it in horizontal with your brush like this, okay? And don't don't fill it in perfect. Just use the water additive on your brush. Get your brush a little wet. Grab your paint and just let it flow on the canvas, just like this. Because there's going to be more things on top of that water. I'm going to add some more stuff on top of it. There's my sky. It looks good. I like it. Let's see. Make sure it's in focus. So I have some black here. I might as well put the mountains in black. I'm not, you know what? I changed my mind. I think I want to have a big mountain centered in the middle here with some cool peaks coming down. Changing my mind. So I'm going to just put that in with black. And it's mixing with the blue, so it's turning gray, which is okay. I'm just getting an idea put in right now. Look at that. I'm going to lighten up the bottom with some white here. For my terrain down here, I want to make this green. I'm going to use the light green I made with white. Has some white in it. And I'm just going to block that in as well. Just block it in. I'm going to put more green in it to make shadows. But I just want to get some color down. See that? Just getting the color down. Over here, I'm going to use a darker green. The green that I put the blue in it. I actually put some blue. I put some blue into the hooker green. Light blue, the blue from the sky. And it turned this color green here. And I'm going to block that in as well. Maybe rub some of this green over here on this side now, just to get some shadows in there. Look at that. All right, so my underpaint is done. I missed a spot here, so I'll just kind of fill it in with some blue there. Look at that. Real simple, huh? If you want to learn painting, I suggest you subscribe. I try and keep the painting simple for beginners, and yet they're going to turn out pretty good. I want them to look good, but I try and do them easy enough so anybody can do this, okay? Look at that. That's just a basic, simple landscape. But when I put the trees in here, it's gonna this thing's gonna look awesome. So I like the color so far. I'm not gonna do anything with this color yet until I finish my mountain because I might bleed this color in with the groundwork. Acrylic paint dries fast, so and when you're done with this painting, you can sell it the same day. Okay, that's what's nice about using acrylic. You can sell your paintings pretty quick. Okay, if you're doing oil paint, you know you got to wait a couple weeks before you can sell your paintings. So maybe I'll put a little darker blue down here in the front. If you're just new to uh, painting landscapes and art, like whatever's closer to you, you'll be able to see more colors. As if you look far away to a mountain, things start to get a little grayish. It's not as colorful as the stuff up in the foreground. So if you want to paint like that, you can. Like we can we can lighten up this green right in the back with some white right now if you want to make it look further back. Just blend it into the bottom of the mountain and into the back of the green, and that'll soak in. It'll be a lot lighter and it'll help it look further back. Okay, even on this green over here, just take a little white and blend it into the back part. All right, I'm going to do the mountain first. Put some color up there. I'm going to have the light coming from the right because I'm right-handed. Mix a little gray and white. I'm going to use a knife. These knives are perfectly made for putting color on the mountains. You see that? The way it's shaped? When I do it, I just get a little roll. I get a little roll on my knife, and this is how you design your mountain now, okay? Uh, I'll do this one here. So what I'm going to do is lightly touch it with the knife and come down like that. I come down straight at first, and then I'll start pulling it to the right and level it off at the bottom uh, where the mountain starts to flatten out, okay? Over here, you can just follow this edge if you want. Take your knife and just pull it to the right. There's a lot of different ways to do your mountains, okay? And the lighter you press, the more breakage you'll get in here. And then the color underneath will show through, okay? I'm just going to do a little bit here because when I do this other side of the mountain, I'm going to bring it over the top of this. It'll push that mountain behind it, okay? So this main one right here in the front is going to be the main attraction. This mountain here is I'm gonna make it turn, and when you put this color up here, try and get it to break like I'm doing. See how there's some dark color left in there? If you cover it all like I did here on the top, it's okay because there's more snow usually at the top of the mountain. But try and get it to break in here so you get some of the dark of the mountain to show through, okay? Now I'm going to make a color for this other side here. I'm going to mix the blue from the sky and the gray that I used, the light gray that I used here. Just going to add some blue to it. This is a bluish gray color, okay? Now I'm going to come up next to my snow and do the same thing and pull everywhere I have white, even down here where all this is empty. Take a little bit of this blue and just pull it to the left. You can let this break too. You don't have to fill it all in. I like to try and leave some of the gray show through. So it gives the mountain more character, okay? It'll make it look like you did more work up there. Now right here I'm going to swipe down and I'm going to cover this mountain here and push it behind, okay? So if you want to right here, you can put a little more blue if you want. Just to get that edge of the mountain to show up over there. Just like that. See how it pushed that one behind it now? Now on this knife, if you're new, see how it's got a small edge here? This mountain up here is smaller, so you can use the small edge for that small peak back here, okay? It's almost like icing a cake or putting peanut butter on a sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. But you can keep playing with it like that. Scrape it any way you want. If you want to leave that mountain alone, you can. This coming out pretty good. I really like that. It looks pretty good. What I want to do though is bring some of this mountain down into here now so it doesn't look so straight like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring some of this blue down a little further here. And bring this blue down into here. I'll bring some white over here, that gray. Just kind of swipe it in here. Just so that green doesn't look so straight. You know what I mean? Straight across. There we go. That looks a lot better. Because I didn't like that straight look there. That's the only reason why I did this. It also follows the water as well, you know. It looks a lot better. And I just kind of filled it in with blue and white. Whenever you have, if you never need to fill anything in, just throw some white in there. It really helps. I'm going to show you a cool way to do clouds, okay, with the acrylic paint. I've been doing this on the last 3 or 4 videos, and it really works pretty good. All you need is like a filbert brush, number 12, for blending. It's an acrylic brush. The filbert brush has like a round top up here, and a knife. I'm going to use this type of knife. This one's good for putting the snow up on your mountains, and this one is good for clouds and running like a pathway. So this color I used on the mountains, I'm going to use to make some clouds. With acrylic paint, you got to kind of hurry because it dries fast, okay? So I'm going to do a few clouds, and then we're going to blend it, then do a few more, blend it, okay? So I'll talk a little bit about, we want to make these clouds down here at the bottom smaller, okay? So get a little bit of color on your knife. You don't have to be perfect. Now just kind of take your knife and rub some color off of it like this. Just like that. See that? I put a little bit of color up there. Rinse your brush off. Rinse it in water, not the additive water, just regular water. Now wipe it off, and now come up here and, can you hear that? Lightly hit it while it's wet. Okay. Just lightly blend it. You can get some white up in here too, see, if you want. Just lightly get a blend on it. That's about it, just a little. Okay, let's move over here on the top now. Same thing, I just got a little paint on the tip, on the very tip. Now let's rub some of the paint off of it now. Any shape you want. Let's get a little more. Just make some cool lines up there. You can even, just like that. Now get your brush again and make sure you wipe it off and lightly blend it. You can get some streaks going in there if you want. This is a cool way to make clouds. If you're a beginner, this is a very cool way, and it'll look good, you know. You want your painting to look good, right? So let's put some small ones down here. really small here at the bottom. Your blender brush. You could see it's moving the paint just a little, but not much. Because guess what? This stuff's already dry. So let's see if it's showing up good in there. Wow. Yeah, that looks really good. Now, what I've noticed when you paint, let's make something cool right here. I see something kind of turning here. Let's uh let's try and make this turn like turn a little bit like this. So it has some kind of something cool in there. And lightly blend that. Now what you got to do, that looks good. See, I put some kind of C shape in there. We're not done yet. We got to put some big clouds up here in the corner now. These up here, you want them to be bigger, okay? So just take your knife and just spread a lot of paint up here on the top left corner. Just kind of spread it in there. Pull it across if you want on the top. Easy way to make clouds. All right, now let's get your brush and let's lightly blend that. And we're done. I'm going to leave that corner blue over there. There's a light right here. That's why it's glaring right in this corner, but it looks good from where I'm standing. Because these clouds, believe it or not, are going to be the ones that are closest to you, the ones on the top, and then as they go down, they should get further away in the scene. Okay. Go take a picture of some clouds outside and then take a picture of the horizon, and you'll notice the ones that are up in the corners are the biggest ones, and then they get smaller as they go down to the horizon. Okay, this looking pretty good for it's a small painting. This is a 14 by 14, and I covered up an old painting by putting some undertone on it. I covered it with some other color, and it was an acrylic painting, so that's what was good about it. I'm going to put some bushes here right now and run some trees up here for you. So in this little can, I have a little bit of water, and I put the additive in there. Okay, it's just a little bit of water, and you just put a few drops of this and mix it with the water, and that's enough to put on your brush. Just get your brush, soak it in there, and then I'm going to grab my paint now that I'm going to use right here. That's all you need. And this is a fan brush, by the way. And I'm going to put my waters here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to edge it first with some color. Get small, stay small all the way to the back of the horizon there. And what I'm going to do is get a little bigger now as I come forward here. Just a little bigger. And then put in some bushes here. Just fill it in with the green, dark green. This is Hooker's green with black in it. Okay. Now I'm going to run some trees off these bushes. Okay. While this is a little wet, take your fan brush and wipe off the excess paint right now. Just don't clean your brush. Just wipe the paint off with a rag and come underneath your color now and pull it out a little while it's wet. Horizontal, like the way the water's going, okay? Just at the bottom. Just pull it out just a little, okay? Just like that. All right, let's do some trees. I'm going to use this brush. This is a number 12 fan brush, okay? And I believe it's an oil brush because I haven't found a good acrylic brush to use yet to make these evergreen trees. This is the fun part, making these trees. Take your time when you come down. Use just the corner of the brush, okay? And then you got more control of where the branches are going, okay? And all you got to do is get a little bigger at the bottom and leave some space in there so you can see some of the color from behind come through. And when you do this, wet your brush the first time, and then the second time you can just go grab the paint, okay? Don't get your brush too wet now, okay, when you're doing this part. Uh, Now we want the trees to start getting smaller as we go down this way, okay? And if you take your time, you're going to be able to do these trees just like this. Just use the corner and just get bigger at the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to wet my brush just a little more because it is drying out. So I'm going to do another tree here. Another tree here. Just getting smaller as I go down. And it's up to you, you know, how far you want to go with these trees. I'm just going to put one more, probably at an angle here. Just like that. Okay. Doesn't that look cool? Zoom this in for you. That looks pretty cool. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to continue with these way back there. I'm going to lightly tap it so it looks like it's going way off into the distance there. So down here, I'm not gonna do much in here because I think I want to put a bush here and put a big tree over here, so I don't have to do any work right here. It's light enough for my dark color to go over. And I think I want to just have a bush here with one big evergreen tree on the side. And then I just got to finish my water, maybe put some flowing water in here. Make this an easy painting. So let me put a bush down here. We'll have like some bushes coming from here. Just tap some color in there. Same thing now, take your brush and just pull the bottom a little bit out. Now if you want to put, let's put a reflection. Let's put a little reflection in this water. Use the corner. You can use a regular flat brush for this, but I'm going to use the fan brush. I'm just going to pull the color straight down, just like this. And then lightly go across it sideways. That's going to be my reflection. I'll show you, I'll get a knife right now and put in the water line here. Something like that. I'll do it a little better here in a second. All right, let me do the big tree now. I'm going to move my camera to the right and so I can get in there and do this big tree. So this tree, I might put a couple in there. I'm going to run a tall, skinny one all the way into the clouds, straight down to these bushes. Make sure my brush is full, and I'm going to design my branches now. Just like that. It's a different type of tree. I think it needs another one next to it, just a smaller one. that. 2 trees right there. I'm going to put one, believe it or not, right on the edge. Really small. It'll help fill this in. It'll help make it look a little better too by filling this in with color foliage, okay? All right, there we go. Looking pretty good. Uh, I'll have to highlight these because they look flat. Can you see that? Just trying to edge my water there. Let me extend these branches out a bit here. What I'm going to do is mix some gray into this color, the light gray. And I'm going to highlight those trees with this grayish green color now. And I'm going to try and be careful and just hit some of the spots just on the right side. Just to get some highlights on the branches, okay? Very lightly. Try and stay on the right side of the tree. And then on the bushes, I'm going to highlight the top parts of the bushes here. Just like that. Really simple today. Alright guys, that's looking pretty good for a quick Wednesday painting after work. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm going to highlight some bushes down underneath these trees here. Made some bushes. You see that? By using gray. I mix gray with the same green. Check that out. How you see how cool those bushes look? Alright, that's how I did it. If you like those bushes, just go back and watch how I did that, okay? Because there is a certain way to do it. I'm going to do the water now and call this one done. So I got to go to practice today. What time is it? Let me see. Oh, it's already 4. I got to get going to practice. I was supposed to be there at 4. I'm good though. It's only I only got to drive 5 minutes away. Let me put a few birds up here. And don't forget, if you like this scene, put in some twigs down here, okay? Coming out of your bushes, okay? I'm gonna have to finish this up after practice, and uh, I'm just gonna edge the water with white and put some white out in here just to make it look like water. That's all I'm gonna do to finish it, and maybe a few more birds, and maybe glaze this green, make this lighter back here. You'll see it on the community post. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and let me see if I got any people talking on here. I always forget to check. Nope. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.